Welcome to the next session. Today we're going to be cooking Anzac biscuits. Now, as the story goes, the friends and family of the soldiers in World War I, they sent the biscuits overseas because the ingredients in the biscuits, they've got good keeping qualities and they've got good nutritional value, so that way they could last the journey over to Gallipoli. Okay, so the next step you'll need these dry ingredients. You've got half a teaspoon of bicarb soda, 3/4 cup of desiccated coconut, half a cup of caster sugar, 1 1/4 cups of plain flour, 1 cup of rolled oats. Those dry ingredients will then go into this bowl here. And then the next part, we've got another little separate parts of the recipe, and I'll show you how to do that because it's very tricky. You've got 150 grams of butter, 2 tablespoons of golden syrup, and 1.5 tablespoons of boiling water is going in there. Alright, so now just put your dry ingredients into the bowl, and what we'll do is we're going to stir them to combine them. I try to turn the bowl as I'm mixing because it makes it mixing a bit easier. It's like a little stand mixer. Just mix it in so it's well combined. If you see any lumps in the sugar, just squash them down. Okay, so what I've done now is I've put the pot of golden syrup and butter and the boiling water on the heat. I'm just stirring it so the butter slowly melts and it all becomes one mixture. After a little bit, once it all melts, I'm going to add the bicarb soda into there. I'll show you how it fizzes up to release the carbon dioxide, and that's the trick with this part of the recipe. Okay, so the next step now is just become below boiling point. At this stage I'm going to add the other dry ingredient that I didn't add into the dry ingredients before. This is the bicarb soda, and we want to see it fizz. That's the perfect part. Once that happens, just take it off the heat and set it aside to cool slightly. Alright, so I've let it slightly cool for about 20 seconds. I'm just going to pour the mixture into the wet end of the dry mixture. That's all you need to do. As you can see, it's still nice and fizzy, which is what I want. And then we're just going to stir it around to combine. You're just going to slightly fold it in. And then as it starts to get thicker, just continue to mix it so it's all going to go there. That flour and the coconut is going to soak up all that wet ingredients. And you want to get it so it comes away clean off the sides of the bowl. Okay, now I've got the mixture all mixed. I'm going to get about 2 tablespoons worth of mixture. I've got the gloves on so I'm all safe and hygienic. I'm just going to press onto the spoon here. Now remember, it's not going to stick because it's got a lot of butter in there and it just should slide off. And then I'm going to put it onto the tray, and that way just be careful when you space them because they might expand out, and that way you don't want them to stick together. So I'll just do another one just to show you. About 2 tablespoons worth goes on there. Slide it off, put it onto there and just slightly press it so it's all nice and even and flat on the bottom. Now I've set the oven at about 160 degrees Celsius and I've got the fan on. Now it's going to slightly differ for different ovens, just to check the manufacturer's specifications. The recipe makes 12 equal portions. If you're finding you've got 10 biscuits there, it means some other ones are too big and you've got to take bits of mixture off so you can make 12 equal portions. Now I'm going to put them in the oven. Alright, so I've taken these out of the oven and they've been in the oven for about 13 minutes. I had to turn my oven down to 150 degrees because it was getting too hot, but at about the 7th minute mark, I turn them from front to back so I can even up the heat. Now that they're out, don't even be tempted to try one because they're super hot and the sugar will burn your tongue, burn your lips and everything. You're going to be crying like a baby. What I'm going to do now is let these cool down for about half an hour, and then once I do that, I'll make sure they're really cool because I'm going to do a little twist with it, and that's coming up next. Firstly, this is the end result. This is what we want to achieve, and I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Okay, now it's time for a bath. We've got to keep cleaning these times. So I've got the pot there just under half. I've got boiling water in there. And I'm going to put the chocolate in there so the steam can melt it slightly. Just remember, don't get any water in the chocolate, otherwise the chocolate's going to spoil. Okay, now the chocolate's been on for about 3 or 4 minutes, and just slowly stirring it around to help it melt. And that's what we want to do, is we want to get it melted nice and smooth. So the heat's off now. I'm just doing the final touch just to ensure that everything's nice and smooth and silky. Next step, just pour into the bowl the chocolate. So use this bowl to dip the Anzac biscuits in to get the chocolate effect. So now I'm just going to use the Anzac biscuit and just dip it into the chocolate. Dip it on a slight angle so it goes all the way to half. Just run off any excess and just put it onto the baking paper. Other one, same thing again. Slide it off onto there, the excess, onto the baking paper. Okay, just doing the last one now. Can get a bit messy as you're doing it, but you just got to work quick and then it should work out fine. Now for the final touch. Just put these in the fridge for 5 or 10 minutes.